Well, it's kind of exciting. A lot of our colleagues in the National Council of Churches in Korea, there's lots of good news, sort of seeming good news, but it's still sort of reserving a bit of. We still know that it could all go wrong, and for other sort of various reasons. So we're still waiting and seeing. But in the meantime, the NCCK has actually put out a sort of encouragement of having partners use this time to pray. So they even created a special prayer card, and they're asking people to pray at noon, every day, and then even fast on the Friday is the day that North Korea and South Korea will hold their summit here, and so they're gonna ask people to fast breakfast or lunch, if you're physically able, and then some of the NCCK reunification committee are going to Imjingak, a reunification observatory, to sort of celebrate and pray and hope that God is helping the process to go in the direction of peace.
Some people think that they do not believe NK, North Korea. Yes, NK, North Korea. But I think that 정원 Kim's declaration is meaningful.
There is now a definite chance, a real opportunity. Seeing both the amazing initiative that the South Korean leadership has taken, and now seeing all of the ways that North Korean leadership is now responding, that there is a real chance of hope. So now some Koreans are also, like the NCCK is talking about, in case they do sign a peace treaty, our work will look a little bit different. So
of course it will.
What is that? Ryan, what does that happen? And I am going, even for me, I have a little bit of skepticism. I had seen reports and articles that had said that North Korea and South Korea are getting ready to announce an end to the war, and maybe sign a peace treaty. And I thought that's interesting, considering I haven't seen anything out of the U.S. saying that. And technically, the U.S. has to sign off on anything like a peace treaty. Because technically the U.S. military still holds ultimate command authority over the South Korean military. So South Korean military cannot decide to end a war if the U.S. military has not also given explicit approval. But one thing that has changed is that last year, 2016, this is last year, when the South Korea went and was able to impeach its president, Park Geun-hye. So her administration and the South Korean administration before President Lee Myung-bak both saw like they actively dismantled the efforts at dialogue between South Korea and North Korea. And so once they impeached her, two administrations of conservative presidents hostile to North Korea ended, and then now Moon Jae-in came in, and he came in campaigning saying that I am going to pursue dialogue with North Korea. And then as soon as he became president, that is immediately what he started doing. So that kind of work and that initiative helped to build trust with North Korea, so that North Korea believed that they were actually sincere in trying to make this happen. And so the overtures that South Korea has made, and then the response from North Korea in this last New Year's agreement, where North Korea says, "Okay, we finally believe you. You're not trying to undercut us," which is what South Korea has usually been trying to do. So now that trust has been built, we're going to respond in kind. And so that absolutely that kind of initiative has been the biggest change in terms of what has brought us to this place where now parties are starting to feel like they can trust each other.
South Korea wanted to um, peace and the end of war. But North Korea wants to get economic interest through this conversation or this meeting.
The assumption here in South Korea, and I was asking my NCCK colleagues about this, is there must have been some official communication between U.S. and North Korea as well, to get to the point to where South Korea and North Korea are able to say, we think we may be able to announce an end to the war very soon. And so I was saying, I haven't seen anything like that. Like the U.S. hasn't mentioned anything like that. But then there was the report that the person suggested as the director of CIA, Mike Pompeo, had been in a secret meeting to North Korea. And then I said, okay, so that's it. We said we're going to give approval for the signing of a peace treaty. And so now that must be how we have come to this place now as well.
Individually, I think that this meeting is very positive. It's good meeting. It's a step of the step of the end of war and suspension of nuclear. Yeah, one step. It's one step.
Wow. We will keep the prayers going. This is going to happen.
Right. It's looking like it. Yep. We'll appreciate all the support we can get.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Ed.
All right.
A pleasure.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yep.